Good evening, good morning, and good night. Welcome to Inappropriate Radio. It's your host, Tasha. Let's get into this. So, hi guys. I hope all is well. No periodic table or alien talk this evening. However, you already know the creator has a message for us. Now, there are a few downloads that I have gotten, and I have my intentions set on going over them, but the creator is guiding me on what to go over, okay? And I literally just got this download like not long ago. Like I said, I had something else I wanted to go over, and he's like, no. I need you to tell these people something for me because they think it's a game. People who are spiritually gifted are not responsible for the gifts that God gave them. God has chosen them and given them the gifts that he decided to give them for a reason, okay? This is not limited to race, gender, creed, financial status, social status. None of this stuff is going to determine the spiritual gifts that you have. In fact, more than 50% of prophets and messengers are born poor, illiterate. They have some type of disadvantage, okay? This is how God shows his mercy and his might, okay? We get to witness people graduate through all these different spiritual stages and phases, right? So, and this actually was just the latter part of the download. Earlier, I had gotten a download earlier today, and it was just basically about, okay, I don't want to offend anyone, okay? This is not a podcast where we bash people. We don't bash people. We just tell the truth. We tell it like it is, and we throw God on top of it, right? We throw God all up on it so it cannot be deciphered in another way, okay? When you see people, a group of people, a race, a particular race of people doing one thing and then everybody else following suit, you have to wonder, what is it about that particular group that is making them a magnet, a target, so attractive, so appealing, getting everyone's attention. So with that said, I would just like to say this. The vibration of Black people is important to the overall survival of this entire planet. Black people have the genetic codes inside of their DNA that is required for life to be sustained and for life to continue after we get through all of these humps, after we go through all these different periods of ascensions, all these different shifts, all of the things that kind of like make no sense to us, right? After we experience so much in the spiritual, in the physical, emotional, financially, we have to look at what that does to the genetic sequence, what it does to you internally as a Black person. And I'm not saying that people from other races are less than or they're inadequate, but there is a particular code that only Black people carry, okay? Black people don't study Black people. Everybody studies Black people except for Black people. So people who are not Black, they actually understand this more than Black people, okay? And like I said, I'm not calling out any races. I'm not racist. I'm not here trying to shit on anyone who is not Black. But the point that I'm making here is that a lot of people who are gifted just so happen to be Black because it's a part of the code. A lot of the genetic codes that are required to unlock certain levels, certain portals, to get through certain shifts are directly correlated to Black people. And I find it very interesting that Black people treat other Black people the same way other races do. Meanwhile, here they are treating each other like gold, but they treat us like shit, and we treat us like shit. So you have to kind of start making this shift in your mind about what it is that you need to be putting out in order to get something in return for that thing, right? No one owes you. You can hate black people all you want, whether you're black or not. However you feel about black people, feel that. Take it, do whatever you want with it. But I am here to suggest that your understanding, your perception, and your overall interaction with black people is not based off of just that one thing, right? You have to look around you. And if you are highly gifted and connected to the Creator and you're not black, then you have pieces and traces of those codes that black people have. You have some of what is required to sustain life. My advice to black people is to start treating black people like they are the people of the sun. I'm not saying to be an asshole to people of other races and other groups. I'm saying that as a black person, your job is not to shit on other black people. And no, not all skin folk are your kinfolk, right? Not every black person is your family, and not every non-black person is your enemy, right? We don't have to make enemies out of one another. The gist here of this conversation is to tap in to the gifts that black people have been bringing us for ages, to tap into that so much so that you have the ability to rise to certain occasions. Most of us don't even realize how much we have because of black people. Not even black people honor that. And I think once black people get in the habit of using their gifts, once black people get in the habit of honoring and recognizing exactly what it is that they're made of, it'll start making life a bit easier. Things will start to make a bit more sense. And no, right? I'm not here trying to get people riled up. I in fact don't even want to do this topic because I don't want to come off as like a racist or someone who is singling out other people and just putting black people at the top of the list. However, black people are given a particular duty, a particular understanding, a particular standard. Black people have been given the opportunity to move in a certain way that other people have not. Okay? And when I say move, I mean moving around geographically. I mean making decisions. I mean making inventions. I mean making moves, okay? And not just in the physical aspect of it, but also the aspect of it that allows us to understand that we are so much more than what we realize, and we're so much more than what people give us credit for. And the longer you sit around and carry on like you are not the royalty that you really are, the more you lower your vibration, the more you get lost in things that have absolutely nothing to do with you and where the Creator is taking you and what your purpose is. The easier it is for your energy to be stolen, to be misused, to be abused, to be forgotten, the longer it's going to take for you to come into alignment with self, okay? I never want to make anyone feel like they are not who they are, right? And I never want to make someone feel like they are who they aren't. Like, this is not one of those conversations. This conversation is for people of the sun to raise their vibration. It's perhaps an invitation to get people who are not black to start being a little more respectful to black people, because let's face it, a lot of the things that we have done, the survival of all of these other races is contingent upon black people. Yeah, I said it. Okay? If you are going to act and carry on as if you don't come from royalty, then it is simply your job to just fall out of line. Just move over. Go and do something, like, I don't know. I'm not going to say carry yourself, but I'm going to say get out the way of people who are trying to raise the vibration of all of us, okay? And raising this vibration of all of us is connected to you knowing yourself. It's connected to you being so in tune that no one is going to have the opportunity to even mess with you in a certain way, okay? Nobody's going to be able to tell you who you are and who you aren't if your vibration is vibrating at the frequency that it should be. And I'm not the type of person to, like, try to convince someone to do something or to not do something. But I am definitely trying to get people to realize that black people deserve more respect, especially black people. I'm trying to get black people to be the first ones to realize that half of the spiritual warfare going on in the ethers is black people being attacked. There, I said it. If black people didn't exist, half of the warfare that is going on right now would be non-existent, simply because there wouldn't be much to fight over, because a lot of the energy and frequency is connected to that of the black gene, okay? And this is where the essence of the creator comes from, okay? This is what God is all about. This is what it means to tap into the creator. This is what it means to have that understanding, to have that relationship, okay? If you don't want to be, one of those people who are looking crazy, then don't come against black people. It's just that simple. There's going to come a time where if you don't have black genes in you, you're going to struggle for your survival. Your genetic sequence, your spiritual ascension is all contingent upon your genes, black people. And a lot of us, we, don't like black people that much, but black people is going to be the ones to help us survive. I can't tell you who to like. I can't tell you how much to like them or how much to hate them or, how to perceive them. But I can say that majority of the things we do is directly correlated to our genetics, how we think, and all of that. So if you feel like black people are your enemy now, then I really don't have much advice to give you. If you are black and you feel that black people are your enemy, I'm going to tell you need to change your mindset. No, all skin folk is not your kinfolk. However, you need to tap in to why everybody hates black people but still watching black people. This is one of those conversations that could be a segment. It could be a whole podcast all by itself. But that's not what I'm doing. What I am attempting to do is allow the creator to use me and say what needs to be said. And warfare is not limited to anything. Warfare can manifest any kind of way. And unfortunately, race is one of the main things that is attached to warfare. We talked about that. Once we get over that hump, we'll be golden. All right, but I'm going to end it here. I do love y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed y'all weekend. I hope y'all are drinking your water, eating your fruit and vegetables, and sipping on your own tea because it's free. Love y'all.